Hello, everyone. This is Pastor Robert Thibodeau. I have a question for the pastors and ministry leaders, and this video is for you. Are you called to preach the gospel to the world? Well, according to the Great Commission in Matthew 28, verses 16 through 20, every believer is called to do this. But pastors and ministry leaders are especially called to do so. So let me ask you, what are you doing to reach the world with the gospel? I mean, you may have a very successful church in the community. You may have been doing outreaches in your community and you've even grown to a mega church size in attendance. But are you focusing all of your efforts in the community, in the town, or in your city? If I asked you to show me your missions budget, what would it reflect? Is your missions budget a substantial part of your annual church budget? So it's a side item that gets funded when you're able to? Yes, we are called to reach out locally. And the church is a local body of believers in the community. The church body is important to a stable community, but at the same time, we are all called not just as a community of believers to your area. The scriptures make it very clear that every believer, and especially every ministry leader, is to have a world focus as well. Evangelism Radio is one way for you to reach the world with your messages. If you have priced being on local radio or TV, you've probably realized the expense that it would put in your budget. I mean, some media outlets charge by the minute. And it's not a cheap minute at that. Amen? I mean, Evangelism Radio was developed basically from the ground up. The calling for our station was to make it affordable for any pastor or any ministry and to offer the same quality as local broadcast stations. To make available the ability for pastors and ministry leaders to broadcast live if they wanted to. Essentially, the same services offered by the local media outlets. But we also had one more major item that the Lord had called us to do. Make it available to any ministry on an offering basis. That means we don't set the price or the value of your broadcast. You do. We do not charge by the minute or by the hour. We make it available to you at a price you can afford, an offering. All we ask is that you pray about the amount that the Lord would have you support us with, and that's it. Then just obey Him. I mean, live broadcasters are charged on how long and how often they would want to deliver their live teachings. But it's been priced so low, no ministry or church will be able to say they cannot afford it. For example, if you wanted to broadcast live 1 hour every day, 7 days a week, that's only $80 per month. And it only gets cheaper from there. Amen? We have had indications and statistics of listeners in over 160 different nations in all 50 states. So your messages will be reaching the world with the gospel. And isn't that what this calling is all about? You can contact me at brotherbob@ftfm.org if you'd like more information. Until then, this is Pastor Bob Thibodeau reminding you, be blessed in all that you do.